Hello and welcome to the show, where me and my friend are bored out of our minds, so we talk to each other about random crap. This is my co-host, Elisa.
Hello.
And today, we thought it would be fun to do a two-part Pride episode, because it's June.
Yeah.
So in this part, we're going to be just listing basic sexualities and genders and just basic information.
First, we wanted to start off with the difference between sexual and romantic attraction.
Yes.
Sexual attraction is when you're sexually attracted to someone.
And romantic attraction is when you're romantically attracted to someone. It's kind of straightforward.
Yes, but we just thought we should go over it just in case, you know?
Yes. So for example, someone could be asexual panromantic, or someone could be pansexual aromantic. I don't know. I'm just listing things in my head. Okay, so the first sexuality we're going to go over is homosexual, which is something most of you probably know, but we're gonna go over it anyway. So homosexual is the more formal term for gay or lesbian. Most of you probably know what those two words mean, but for those of you that don't, gay is when a man and a man are attracted to each other, and lesbian is when a woman and a woman are attracted to each other.
And then the next sexuality is bisexual. So bisexual is when you're attracted to two genders.
Our next sexuality is pansexual, which I myself am. Pan means all, so pansexual means attracted to all genders.
The next sexuality is asexual, and asexual is when you don't have sexual feelings or associations.
And our last sexuality technically isn't a sexuality, but I wanted to include it anyway. Aromantic, which is basically the same thing as asexual, but in romantic form.
Now, we are going to talk about
genders. So before we talk about genders, we should probably cover gender dysphoria, which is technically a mental illness. Technically. Scientifically it is.
Yeah.
And basically gender dysphoria is basically when your brain is different than your body. And that's how all this stuff works. We'll cover that more in part 2.
The next thing, well, first we're going to talk about transgender, which is when you don't correspond or associate with your birth sex.
So our next gender is gender fluid, which I myself am. I'm an interesting person, I know. Gender fluid is basically when your gender changes. So one day you could be female, the next you could be male, you could be female for a month. I don't know.
And now we have non-binary, which is when you don't identify with any gender. I mean, you don't identify with male or female.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about just two basic misunderstandings / myths. Okay, so our first one is fake sexuality. There are not 500,000 sexualities. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a difference between sexuality and preference. For example, having a preference of female body parts isn't technically a sexuality. It's a preference.
When you find something, don't just believe it. Try to do a little bit of research before you take, my myth, I guess, is that some people, and this is very common, that like same-sex couples have to have like a male and female role.
They really don't.
No, they are the same genders. There is like that. No, I don't know.
That's how short this video is.
Yeah.
Because it's a two-parter. Because we didn't feel like... Well, I didn't feel like editing a 30-minute video.
Yeah.
Okay. So,